Today we're talking about quizzes, strategy, and how to maximize your points in them. Excited, let's get going. Hey Space Nation, so quizzes today are all about strategy and understanding what's going on. There's information I guess I could share and tell you what the answers to these quizzes are, but there's way too much to do that, and I think it honestly would be a waste of time. Just go through it on your own. Potentially it's something we can work on in the future. But for me right now, quizzes are important to talk about because they hit all the badges. They are very prevalent. You actually have a really high chance of getting a quiz on any given day, just because those quizzes are very easy to implement as far as testing your knowledge on whatever it is. So in this case, motivation. So for me, quizzes are important not just because of the badges, but also because they are one of the best ways to maximize your bonus points, which is important because that's how you move up the leaderboard. With all that in mind, I want to walk through a motivation quiz here. It's going to be very difficult for me to speak and talk at the same time that I am answering the questions. But what I'll do is I answer a few questions and try and stop and talk about maybe some of the things that have happened. And then we can continue to move on. All right, so let's get rolling, and I will start in the first couple questions. So you've seen in the first two quizzes, these actually took, those two questions took a lot longer than normal for me. Maybe I'm just nervous, I'm not sure. But really, you saw the time banner there, and that when I say a lot longer, it wasn't even, a quarter of the time, but as far as bonus points are concerned, it's actually very important. From what I've seen, we have 15 seconds that are for each question on the quiz. And from what I've seen, if you answer a question in less than 1 or 2 seconds, that's when you're actually going to be able to, on average, less than 1 or 2 seconds per question. Then you're going to be able to get that 15-ish bonus point mark, which is what I try to shoot for. All right, so let's move a little bit faster here and see if I can stay focused. Okay, so that was one that I just didn't know, so I have a feeling I did go a little bit faster in these last few, but I generally have a feeling if it's taking me more than 2 or 3 seconds, then I just say, okay, whatever, I'm going to guess. This is something to mention about quizzes. You have 3 tries. In essence, you can get 2 wrong and still pass, and it's all about pass-fail, more or less. You do not get more bonus points or more completion points for getting 10 out of 10. That was something that I assumed happened, but after actually tracking it, that's not the case. You just get 50 completion points, and then all the bonus points are entirely dependent upon time. So I did some where I took all 15 seconds for each question, and just to test this theory, and I got 0 bonus points and 50 completion points. And I did that with getting 8 out of 10 correct and getting 10 out of 10. There's just no difference. So in my tests, that's how it's going to work. And so my suggestion for you is to go at it as more of a, all right, I want the information. I'm going to spend time early on gathering the information, make sure I understand it. But once you get to a level where you've seen these questions as many times as I have, which is after you've seen them maybe one quiz, like the motivation quiz 10, 15 times, you see a lot of repeat questions. So once you get to that level, it's all about speed. And so that's more about questions and answers and understanding how to read things quickly. But if you get to the end, right here, I have only 1 incorrect. So I'm going to do my next question here, and I'm going to try and get the next one right. And then the last one, I'm just going to guess the first choice I can because I just want to be fast. So you'll see what I'm saying here. All right, so I got that one right. So this last one, it's a freebie. So I'm just going to go as fast as I can so I can lower my total time used. All right, doesn't matter. If you are interested in the information as well, you do have these nice little things that pop up after that explain. Some of them are really interesting, actually. So I would suggest reading them if you do have the time. So what we'll see here is that I got 12. So 12 is, for me, I like to be more in the 13, 14, 15. 15 for me is good. 14 is where I really try to hit consistently. 12 was a little slow, must have gotten the nerves there at the beginning, but that is something to keep in mind, that it is just, again, repeating this, sorry for the repetition, but it's all about time. You can get rid of those 2 bonus points. You don't have, or the 2 freebies, you don't have to worry about those. So if you can just speed through them, you're going to be able to get the better bonus points, which is going to, push you up the leaderboard, which is what you want. All right. So with that in mind, that's all I have for quizzes. If you have any questions, comments, leave that in the comment section below. Feel free, and please do comment, or subscribe to the channel. Would love to hear from you guys if you do have any other additional information. And just keep pushing those points forward, keep moving up the leaderboard, and I will see you in Space Camp in Iceland. See you guys.